In 1987, metallurgists discovered fragments of a Viking weapon that defied all laws of physics. The metal contained properties that modern science still can't explain, and historical accounts describe it killing through solid steel armor without leaving a mark. Today, I'm revealing the terrifying truth about the deadliest weapon in human history. Dr. Astrid Holgersen was conducting routine analysis on Viking artifacts excavated from Bergen, Norway. When her spectrometer readings made no sense, the metal fragments before her contained isotopic ratios that shouldn't exist in nature, with a crystalline structure that modern metallurgy couldn't replicate. Carbon dating confirmed the fragments were over 1,000 years old, yet they exhibited properties found only in experimental aerospace alloys. The metal was lighter than aluminum, but harder than titanium, with microscopic patterns that seemed to channel energy in impossible ways. This wasn't just ancient metalwork, it was advanced technology. The Volsung saga describes Gram, the sword of hero Sigurd, as a blade that could cut through anvils and armor without resistance. For centuries, scholars dismissed these as poetic exaggerations. But the Bergen fragments matched descriptions of Gram's unique appearance perfectly. According to the saga, Gram could strike the spirit before the flesh, killing enemies through their armor by targeting something deeper than physical matter. Medieval chroniclers recorded witnesses describing victims collapsing in full armor, with no visible wounds. Their hearts simply stopped beating. Norse mythology credits the legendary smith Wayland with forging weapons for the gods. Archaeological evidence suggests Wayland may have been based on a real master craftsman who possessed metallurgical knowledge far beyond his time. Wayland's forge, according to legend, was located near natural magnetic anomalies in northern Scandinavia. Modern geological surveys have confirmed these areas contain rare earth elements and electromagnetic properties that could theoretically enhance metalworking processes in ways medieval smiths shouldn't have understood. Modern physicists studying the Bergen fragments believe they've discovered how this weapon functioned. The metal's crystalline structure appears designed to generate specific vibrational frequencies when struck, similar to how a tuning fork resonates. These frequencies could theoretically disrupt the human nervous system through a phenomenon called sympathetic resonance. The weapon didn't need to penetrate armor. It targeted the electrical signals in the victim's heart and brain directly, causing instant cardiac arrest without leaving physical evidence. In 1066, at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, English chroniclers recorded a terrifying Viking warrior wielding a weapon that killed armored Saxon knights without visible wounds. Witnesses described a humming sound followed by sudden collapse of fully protected enemies. This warrior, identified in Norse sources as Thorkel the Resonant, single-handedly held the bridge against 40 armed knights before finally being overwhelmed. His weapon was reportedly recovered, but mysteriously disappeared from English royal armories within days of the battle. In 2019, MIT researchers, recreating the Bergen fragment structure, accidentally discovered they had built a primitive electromagnetic field generator. The metal's unique composition created standing wave patterns that could interfere with biological electrical systems. This discovery explained historical accounts of the weapon's effectiveness. The Vikings had somehow created a directed energy weapon 900 years before humanity understood electromagnetism. The implications for our understanding of medieval technology are staggering. The secret of creating these resonance weapons died with the last Viking smiths around 1100 AD. The technique required specific rare earth elements, precise metallurgical timing, and knowledge of harmonic frequencies that took generations to perfect. Christian conversion of Scandinavia led to the systematic destruction of pagan metalworking traditions. Monks burned smithing manuals as demonic knowledge, inadvertently destroying technological advances that wouldn't be rediscovered for nearly a millennium. Medieval medical examinations of victims killed by these weapons consistently describe the same phenomenon. Bodies in perfect condition, with no external trauma, but with clear signs of sudden cardiac arrest. Hearts showed microscopic cellular damage consistent with electrical disruption. Forensic analysis of preserved remains from Viking-era battlefields has confirmed these historical accounts. Bodies buried in full armor show no weapon damage, Yet bone marrow analysis reveals electromagnetic signatures that match the theoretical output of the Bergen weapon fragments. The psychological impact of these weapons was as devastating as their physical effects. Medieval armies couldn't comprehend how fully armored knights could die without visible wounds. This incomprehension bred supernatural terror that often caused mass retreats. Viking berserkers, specifically trained to wield these weapons, became legends of invincibility. Their mere presence on battlefields could break enemy morale before combat began. Medieval chroniclers described them as wielding death itself rather than conventional weapons. By 1050, European kingdoms had begun desperate research into countering these impossible Viking weapons. Blacksmiths experimented with lead-lined armor and copper mesh, unknowingly creating the first electromagnetic shielding in human history. Some success was achieved using specially treated iron that disrupted the weapon's frequency generation. This led to the development of superior medieval armor technology, as kingdoms raced to protect their knights from weapons that made traditional defenses obsolete. The Catholic Church recognized these weapons as existential threats to medieval social order. If common smiths could forge weapons that made noble knights vulnerable, the entire feudal system would collapse. A secret campaign began to eliminate this knowledge. Inquisitors specifically targeted Viking smiths and their apprentices. Forging manuals were burned, and artisans possessing this knowledge were executed for witchcraft. Within 2 generations, the technology was completely lost to human civilization. Since 1987, classified military research programs have attempted to recreate Viking resonance weapons. Initial experiments have successfully generated targeted electromagnetic pulses, but achieving the precise frequencies described in historical accounts remains elusive. The challenge lies not just in metallurgy, but in understanding the harmonic mathematics that Viking smiths mastered through generations of oral tradition. Modern science approaches this as engineering, while Vikings understood it as a form of metallurgical music. Beyond the Bergen discovery, fragments of these weapons exist in museums worldwide, cataloged as decorative metalwork or ritual objects. Researchers estimate that at least 12 partial weapons survive, scattered across private collections and archaeological storage. Most remain identified because their true nature requires specialized electromagnetic analysis. The weapons were deliberately crafted to appear as ordinary decorated blades, hiding their advanced technology from those who didn't understand their true purpose. As modern military technology advances toward directed energy weapons, Viking resonance technology offers unexpected insights. The principles they mastered could revolutionize non-lethal warfare and medical device development. The irony is profound. Weapons designed 1,000 years ago to kill through armor might now be adapted to heal through precise electromagnetic therapy. The Vikings' most terrible creation could become humanity's most beneficial medical breakthrough if we can finally understand their lost metallurgical genius. The Viking weapon that killed through armor without touching reveals a terrifying truth about lost human knowledge. Our ancestors achieved technological breakthroughs we're only beginning to rediscover. Sometimes the most advanced solutions come from looking backward, not forward. The deadliest weapon in history might just save lives in the future.